This is live, the Sunday talk show here on the Arise News channel. Okay, we're going to talk sports now. Another major event yesterday, British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua on Saturday night lost his BA to become a three-time world champion when he was knocked out by fellow Brit Daniel Dubois in the fifth round of an IBF world title fight with more than 96,000 fans packed inside Wembley Stadium in London. Joshua started out on a wrong footing and was rocked by the superior punching of Dubois, who was defending a title vacated by undefeated Ukrainian world champion Alexander Usyk. And I have a Rise Sports correspondent who is a favorite on this program on Sundays, Aron Akerejola, to share his perspective on Joshua's defeat. Aron, good to have you again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is a live this Sunday talk show. Well, there were predictions. All of us were hoping that our brother will get back, become a third-time world champion. But the punches yesterday, they were serious.
It was devastating.
As a matter of fact, it looked like he was doing acrobatic dancing at the Olympics, as some people have claimed. It's so bad now that some people are saying maybe Governor Abiodun of Ogun State should appoint him a special senior assistant because it looks like his career is over.
That's the question. That answer their answer is what only Anthony Joshua can actually give. The unfortunate thing about that particular bout was Anthony Joshua had it within his grasp to get back into contention. Because if he claimed the IBF belt, that would mean that down the line, at some point, whoever wins in the Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury 2, by the way, both boxers were there alongside several other great boxers to actually witness this bout at the Wembley Stadium, well over 96,000. He would have the opportunity to get back into the frame and assert his dominance again. He will be 35 in 3 weeks. And that means that the rosy days of probably winning the Olympics in London 2012 or 2016, becoming the world champion, is all but behind him right now. He will need to dig deep and ask himself the very hard question: can I compete at the highest level? From all things right now, this is looking like the best days are behind him. It was unfortunate because I was heavily disappointed. He literally was rolling on his head in the fifth when Daniel Dubois actually put him on the canvas. But a lot of people question Anthony Joshua and how he went into that fight. That his hands were a little bit too low for an experienced boxer like he was, opening his entire head and the upper part of his chest for Daniel Dubois to have a free punching experience. And Daniel Dubois did not make a mistake like he did, talking about Anthony Joshua, when they went against Klitschko in 2016. And right now, Anthony Joshua will need to begin to use his tongue to counter states.
Okay, what's next for him? I mean, he says he's a warrior and he will continue to fight. Okay, what is left for him in terms of continuing to fight? Will he now say, okay, bring me Tyson Fury, or is this the end of the road? Should he consider retiring? Some people say, let Anthony Joshua consider maybe Nollywood, maybe celebrity appearances.
Yeah, okay, first of all, if he retires today, he will be well and truly settled because according to some newspapers in the UK, they say his earnings from this particular bout, even though he lost, will actually shoot up to about £200 million. So that means that Anthony Joshua is well and truly settled. So whatever he does with the remainder of his life is now a big puzzle. But one thing is certain, I'm not sure he'll want to go out like this. I'm not sure he'll want to be remembered in his life fast like this. There is a clause and there is a contract to be upheld. I don't know if he will trigger that particular rematch clause. Some are saying that Eddie Hearn is confident that Anthony Joshua will, but I'm sure he will want to put himself in the right frame of mind because that was a devastation. The last time we saw Anthony Joshua
he says it was a destruction.
A demolition, if I were to add to that. Because the last time we saw Anthony Joshua this destroyed was the fight between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was completely out of his depth, was completely out of sorts. You look at Anthony Joshua and you ask yourself the question, Daniel Dubois is in his late 20s. Anthony Joshua...
27.
Yes.
He's 27.
Yeah, so Anthony Joshua is 34. You'll be expecting that Anthony Joshua should be the one schooling Daniel Dubois. But Daniel Dubois was the one schooling Anthony Joshua. And it has questioned his pedigree and his integrity in the boxing game. And also note that there is now a huge chink in the armor. We know what Andy Ruiz Jr. did back in the day to bring Anthony Joshua down. Anthony Joshua showed that he could actually dig deep and rise up again. Now he's fallen and fallen and fallen. Big questions are being asked about him. The question is, can he pull that crowd? Who would he even fight? Because, first of all, you mentioned Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is still obligated to fight Alexander Usyk. So that is not in the question right now. So except he'll be going for maybe a Derek Chisora or something else of sort. But for now, when it comes to major fights for Anthony Joshua, he will not be getting it. He'll be getting one of those fringe fights as it stands right now. Unfortunate, it is unfortunate, but he cost it. Because he should be doing justice to Daniel Dubois, for crying out loud.
Well, some consolation about 200 million pounds.
Yes.
Maybe I should start learning how to...
Doctor, but some of those punches are very, very wicked. Trust me, you could see Anthony Joshua, as he opened up in the fifth, he was still trying to unleash one into Daniel Dubois because he had actually hit Daniel Dubois and a devastating shot at that. Clean shot, devastating. He thought he had Daniel Dubois. Wrong game plan for him. He went out there, tried to exert himself, and he left himself completely wide open. And that Daniel Dubois landed a shot that completely left Anthony Joshua perplexed. The second shot did not even register as much as the first, but that shot, the first shot was enough to just bring Anthony Joshua down. Anthony Joshua, and usually what happens in boxing, when they land a very devastating shot, the first thing that goes is your brain. You just go blank. You are not seeing nothing. You're not thinking about anything. By the time he opened his head, he was trying to stand up, but it was with his head instead of with his legs. Unfortunate for Anthony Joshua, but shameful performance, I must say.
Okay, Aaron, let's leave somebody who's going to collect 200 million pounds. I think that settles the matter.
Yeah.
They gave him a blow. They gave him, I hit him. Who is that again? Bashali.
Yeah.
He used to say, I gave him a punch. I gave him this 200 million pounds. Okay, let him worry about that. But there's one other issue I saw, in the sports reporting that I would like to ask you. Ahmed Musa, I think. Yeah, I saw something that Chief Segun Odregbami wrote, that he's taking a risk by saying he will go back to Kano Pillars and that he wants to be part of the AFCON 2025 Nigerian campaign in Morocco. What do you think? Do you think Ahmed Musa, he couldn't get a club in Europe, but the man says, I still have some fire in me, like, Bashali. He wants to come and punch, he wants to come and kick, but...
Ahmed Musa divides opinion. He heavily divides opinion. And the last I checked, he's still the captain of the Super Eagles. But a lot of people have seen Ahmed Musa's face for a while right now, and they seem to forget that his official age, his actual age, is that he's still 31, 32, as we speak to you right now, which is still a decent age, an age within his prime to still want to attempt to go to the African Cup of Nations next year. But the big question is, will the coach, we don't know who the coach will be, will the coach actually give him that luxury and send him off on the high? The truth is, Nigerians are always saying, oh, we've seen Ahmed Musa for quite a while right now. He should give space for others to come in. But a lot of people seem to forget that he's our highest goal scorer when it comes to the World Cup. He has actually knocked up more goals than any other player in the history of Nigerian football when it comes to the World Cup.
I can't let that much.
Yes, so, but now the question is the coach, because a lot of people spoke about the calming influence he had on the players coming into that particular Nations Cup where we had a run that got to the finals. that he was there because the truth was this. Doctor was there in Abidjan and whatever city they went to. And things were threatening to boil over due to interest, due to egos, and due to a lot of infighting and the rest of them. But Ahmed Musa was a calming influence. The coach did not like the players as such, or the coach felt that he needed to put pressure on the players. The players were not happy that the coach was putting so much pressure on them. But Ahmed Musa was there to actually settle ship. And he did that to a great degree. Whether or not that will earn him another rodeo and getting on that particular sheet going to to the Nations Cup, I don't know. But the truth is this, 26-man list. Are you saying that if you put in Ahmed Musa, that the team will not actually get to the finals of the Nations Cup in Morocco? The answer is no. So even if he says he wants to, and he will know that probably this is his final hurrah, I think he should be accorded that respect, because the truth is this, and I say this not because it is Ahmed Musa now, but when we look back, it's been very, very bad the way we've treated our legends. Onomebe.
Chifo Degbami was saying that, look, you don't retire from the National Football League. It's better you retire, the way I understand him, when the ovation is loudest.
It depends. But are you given the opportunity? Because we would always hope that tournaments will be the great opportunity to send off a player. I expected that the former captain of the Super Eagles would be given a glorious end for Joseph Yobo, one of the longest serving members of the Super Eagles. But was he given the opportunity? The answer was no. We talk about Onomebe. She was literally crying, almost clamoring, almost literally begging. But she had pride and decided not to go on her knees to beg. But why wouldn't we afford them that respect to say, okay, you've served this nation meritoriously over the years, for decades. Well, let's give you a befitting send-off. Okay. It's not too much to ask.
Okay, thank you very much, Aron Akerejola. Always refreshing to have you with us on this Live, this Sunday talk show. Thank you very much indeed.